From boardroom battles to wedding bells, a suit needs to work as hard just as you do. But does Hockerty deliver a quality suit at a reasonable cost? I've been wearing this exact suit for a little while now, and I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts on how it stacks up against its competitors. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Hey, what's up guys? My name is Lance Culp with the MenStyleSociety.com. I like to help bridge the gap between the products and you, the consumer. At MenStyleSociety.com, you guys can find affiliate links, outfit ideas, and various blogs to help you elevate your wardrobe. So I'm going to break this video down into the very beginning process of customizing your own suit, the quality of the construction, obviously the fit and silhouette, minor details that you should consider, the price, and would I recommend this suit. So let's go ahead and talk about the process of Hockerty and customizing a suit. When you visit their website, the very first thing you will see is obviously the ability to customize your own suit. When you first visit Hockerty's website, you have an intro page or a landing page that shows all kinds of different options of what you can shop for and everything. But if you go into the scroll down tab or the more options tab or the equal sign looking tab, you will see where you can go to clothing and then you can go to suits. And then you can pick from 7 different types of suits or variations of suits that you can select from. I have always wanted a double-breasted suit, so I went ahead and clicked on a double-breasted suit. Once you do that, you will see that it starts at $300. You just click on the shop now or whatever the tab is, and then you will see all kinds of different options to customize your suit. When I started customizing my suit, it was moving into autumn and also the winter time, which is right now. And I wanted a suit that matched those seasons. So I went with their Tweed Donegal wool blend material, which is a limited option if I'm not mistaken. What's really nice about their website is that it gives you a preview of what that's going to look like. You can also click information on that material and it'll try to give you some real life pictures from either influencers or people who have actually submitted or tagged Hockerty on social media so you can get real life images of exactly what that material is gonna look like in person. From there, you have the option to customize pretty much anything that you really want to. I went with a 4-button double-breasted suit jacket with patches. And then not only that, but obviously wide peak lapels. You can customize your lining. For the pants, I went double pleated because I like the extra leg room and that's what pleats are for, along with cuffs at the bottom of the pants to allow for a more natural drape. I did, however, actually include an active waistband, which is a nice elastic waistband in the pants, which allows for more room just in case you decide to gain a few more pounds during the winter season. From there, there's about a 2-week waiting period for your suit to get made and shipped directly to your house. When it does, it comes into a box. And then after that, you have just some basic instructions on how to care for your garment. And then it comes with this bag here. I will say that the suit was a little wrinkly when I got it, but all I did was hung it up in the bathroom when I took a hot shower and the wrinkles came right on out. So don't worry if it is wrinkly. If for some reason you can't get them out, you are able to use an iron, but just be sure to look at the care instructions if you decide to go that route. So let's go ahead and move on into the quality of the construction. So the very first thing that I noticed was the stitching was very nice. I'm a huge sucker for tight stitch buttons. I hate when my buttons are super loose. And believe it or not, a lot of suits that I have, the buttons were loose. These were not, so I was really happy to see that. I was really happy to see that no stitching was loose. I didn't find really any loose stitching or even loose stitching anywhere like in pockets or anything. So everything was very nice and clean. Obviously, this is going to come from a machine, not by hand for this price point. I think if that's something that you really want, you're going to have to spend way more money. So we're really kind of honing in on the quality of a budget suit here. With that being said, the next thing that I noticed was the construction of the lapels. They are not stitched. They are glued together. And this concerned me because whenever you wear a glued constructed suit in the rain, when that suit dries, sometimes the suit construction or the structure of the suit seems to come off in a little, almost like wavy-like. It just doesn't drape as nice as it once was. So be careful of that. And again, if you want something that's more hand stitched, then you're gonna have to pay a little bit more than what some of these suits cost. This is a great intro brand is what I tell a lot of my friends who ask me about it. When it comes to like the lapel roll and structure, I think I found those to be really nice and very appealing to look at, aesthetically pleasing. And then last but not least is going to be the canvas as a whole. Everything was really nice. I think it was really nicely done. You could tell that they care for their garments. But again, if you want something that's like hand stitched or not glued, then you're probably gonna have to pay a little bit more of a premium for that. And maybe Hockerty isn't for you, but this is a great, like I said, intro brand. One thing to know that once you get done customizing your suit, the next tab is going to allow you to input your measurements. This is the part where a lot of people aren't familiar with, so there are some helpful videos on how to complete all those. If you have a general idea of what your measurements are, I think you'll be fine. So that is one thing to remember when you are ordering online, because sometimes you see the checkout box and you're like, wait a minute, I haven't even put any measurements in. Don't worry, it'll take you to that next page. Now, with that being said, once I got my suit in, after putting in, all the information on the website, I tried my suit on. The first thing, we'll start from the very top of the suit and work our way down. The shoulders and the shape of the shoulders. For me, I was really happy with this. A double-breasted suit obviously gives you that image of broader shoulders and a narrow waist. So with this, I was really happy with how all of this looks. I don't think there's really any overhang on this. And again, I was happy. The next thing was the sleeve length. This is the part where I was kind of like, okay, is Hockerty gonna nail this on the head or not? Normally I'm a 40 regular, so I input, for me, 25.5 inches on my sleeve length. Now I will say the sleeves are just a slight hair long, so I'm gonna have to get those tailored a little bit shorter. If anything, and you're unsure, go a little bit longer. You can always get them tailored a little bit shorter. The next thing is going to be the chest and waist suppression. For me, I feel like I have a very broad chest, but with the measurements that I put in here, I did a 20-inch shoulder width and my chest around is 42 inches. They absolutely nailed that on the head. I really like the room that I have in the chest area, and whenever I button up the jacket, the waist suppression is phenomenal. The overall drape of the jacket is great. I think everything looks very uniform. When it comes to the pants, I really enjoy the pants because two reasons. The cuffs at the bottom gives more for a nice natural drape, which I absolutely wanted, and I was so happy about that. They nailed the length on the pants, and then not only that, but during this time, I wear sweaters with my suits, and I like to tuck in my sweaters, and so that active waistband came into play with that. So I'm very happy I did that. If you are someone who's like that, please, I highly recommend you add the active waistband in there. So let's move on to the fabric of the suit and/or materials that are used. When you customize your suit, click on the fabric that you want, and if you click on the index icon, it's gonna give you a breakdown of exactly what the material is. This one in particular is 50% wool, 50% polyester, which is okay. Obviously, this is a middle of the road type of a suit, so I didn't expect the highest of qualities. I'd probably give this like a 7.5 out of 10 if I'm being honest with you. This is 13.27 ounces, and it is tweed, obviously. Great for winter, fall, somewhere around there. Wrinkle resistant. I haven't had any issues with wrinkles with this. I've worn this probably about 9-10 times, and to dinners, to ballets, all that good stuff, and I haven't had an issue with that. Tweed can sometimes be itchy, but overall, I think this is a really comfortable suit, actually. The polyester lining that you see inside the suit and the canvas of the suit are in places where maybe it might be most itchiest. I don't know if that made sense, but the most places where it could be itchy, there's lining, so it's not an issue. So Hockerty did a great job with that. The other thing is the breathability. This is my go-to suit, I gotta be honest. For this type of season I'm in, this is the first one that I grab. My wife is probably getting tired of seeing it, actually. The last and not least is gonna be the color consistency. They do a really good job with being consistent throughout the whole entire suit. There's really no flaws that I could see of any inconsistency of color. Now, I will say this, I don't know if it's just because my thigh's a little bit bigger, but I do see some pilling where the fabric does bunch up from constant rubbing. Now, I think if I'm not mistaken, that is a sign of a little less quality of fabric, or it could just mean that I'm fat. I have no idea. But with this in particular fabric, I do see some of that. I have seen that with some cashmere sweaters as well, but there's some hacks that you can find online to get rid of those without completely destroying your garment, which I have done that. I've taken a straight razor and just lightly shaved those little peeling pieces off, and I've never had an issue since. So just keep that in mind. So this brings me to the last point of price. So in full transparency, This suit was absolutely free. Hockerty was very nice to just send this to me so I could do a review for you. Obviously, I can't do a review if I don't have the product, but this would have came out to $471. Now, with that being said, I think Hockerty is a great intro brand. I think their fabrics are about middle of the road. I would give this an approval rating of a 7, 7.5 out of 10. This has become easily my go-to suit for this season. I love wearing it. I get compliments on it. So with all that being said, I would highly recommend it. And Hockerty, there's a reason why they turned so many heads at PTOMO 2024. And if you guys are unfamiliar with that, go ahead and do some research about what that is. But I think Hockerty is onto something. I think they're doing some really good things. So I would highly recommend this brand if you are looking for something that's an intro type of suit, middle of the road type of fabrics. And I also think you get a lot of bang for your buck. So with that being said, guys, that is my review. I can't thank you enough for watching this. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like, subscribe button, or leave a comment down below with your experiences of Hockerty and if you have ordered from them. I will see you guys in the next video. Until next time, God bless.